listening to The Soul of Generation X, and you can find The Soul of Generation X on Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, YouTube Podcast, and wherever you get your podcast. Welcome back to another episode of The Soul of Generation X. In the year 2026. Welcome my co-host, our champion politics. It's Lenny. How you doing, Lenny?
Doing outstanding, my friend. How's it going? Glad to be here.
Man, just pushing through the week, man. You know, just one more piece of crap thing going on after the other. You know what I mean? Just pissed off, man. Like Chris Tucker said, pissed off, man.
Pissed off? Feel like you get pissed on sometimes?
Yeah, man. It's just crazy, man. But we pushing through, you know.
Yes.
But you know, it's really a bizarre world once again, like I always say, going on in the world of American politics, our government. It gets you. You think you come to a breaking point. Next thing you know, something else is going on. You know, we got all the Cash Patel stuff going on.
Right.
You know, we got people creating Bible verses that don't even exist to pray. That's your buddy. You know your buddy. What he say?
You mean the prophet, the wannabe pastor, Pete Cake's breath?
Creating from, what do you say, first Caesar? I heard that. I'm like,
hell to Caesar.
Is this man drunk? What's going from first Caesar? Bow your heads. And then I heard this one guy who's, he was parodying it, and he was playing Samuel L. Jackson in the background. I'm like, wait a minute. That sounds like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
I know this man did like the people say, do you think we boo-boo the fool?
He plagiarized the movie.
Yeah, the movie. But do you think he was thinking that was a real Bible verse, you think? I believe, because the guy, man.
Of course.
I mean, that guy's a knucklehead, man. He actually thought.
Yeah, he actually thought that he was in the moment, or the old folks say, in the spirit. You know, really.
I mean, that is, and first Caesar, where you get first Caesar from?
Is that one of the
whatever.
Is that one of the books of the Bible that's been left out? And all of a sudden he found it?
Well, that guy that's supposed to be that pastor, whatever it is, that demon.
Talking about the one and only Franklin Jackleg Graham?
No, the pastor is supposed to be his church, supposedly. The guy that he admires slavery, and he agrees with, you know the guy I'm talking about, believes that women should have no rights. You know that guy. Supposed to be his quote unquote pastor. Anyway, the little shenanigans start out.
Well, I thought about that today.
What you thought about?
I had everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, this clown show with this train wreck.
This circus.
And I just, I went nostalgia today.
Okay.
I went back and started listening to a group called Sun.
Sun, yeah. Okay.
Sun.
Yeah.
They had about 20 members in the band.
Oh, about 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went back and started listening to that group called Sun.
So
It just took me back to
what cut?
I would listen to the one. I had a choice, and I like the part where it gets to the keyboard part. I was winding that back over and over again because it took me to a place in time where we didn't have these fools and these idiots, and we didn't worry about stuff like that. Only thing we were worried about is if we could put our skates on that skating ring and skate backwards.
True. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And one had one newspaper, 3 channels of TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we carry this mess around with us all day.
Oh, man.
And checking it all day from multiple sources. That's crazy, isn't it?
But that's our fault, though.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
That's true. Yeah, we don't have to do it. Yeah, we could be off the grid.
Yeah,
we could be off the grid. Yeah, be off the grid, that's another show. But yeah, good. Yeah, I just, just cutting it up a little bit with you there, but getting kind of serious though here for a moment or two that we got here. That is, we are facing some trying and tough times here. We're continually dealing with lying and just pure lunacy from lunatics every day. And it's enough to make you just want to just holler and scream, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, we think we're kind of, and a lot of this is going on, we know, because of, the Epstein files, we call it the Epstein War. But getting serious, a lot of people have lost their lives, children, and all for this Epstein crap, man. It's just, we started, the drama started with Pam Bondi, it seemed like first. Then went from Pam Bondi, we went to Christie Noem. And then now it's almost like this is a dramatic drama that somebody has written literally, and each cast member is getting their own, spotlight episode. You know what I mean? You ever think about it like that? Actually, we started out with Bongino.
Yeah.
So Bongino, and it's like going right, we thought, it was going to be your boy Cakes Smith. What's his name?
Cakes Brown.
Okay, thought it was going to be him, but then kind of jumped ship over to the one and only Cash Patel, who is literally trying to destroy the reputation of his good people. I know many Muslims that are very upset with him and his behavior, and I'm sure you do as well. Good folks, and I'm shocked to see what I see. But this continues. We're still dealing with high gas. Gas come down a little bit, but it's still, it's up and down. Food is still, kind of iffy. You're ordering some food sometime, the grocery store, you're saying, man, that's going up. This is going down. Ground beef, ground turkey, ribeye. Just dealing with a lot of just crap, man. Just like, you just don't know how to, hey, I need to get this done before the prices go up on this. I need to get this fixed. And you're dealing with a lunatic that's in the White House that knows nothing of what's going on, knows nothing. He got his shadow people doing all this evilness in the back, and he gets up there and put on a comedy show daily and keep people laughing. And this is just insane, man. And what do you think the situation? Okay, we had Virginia had an election, looking pretty good there. I would say. What do you think about that? I mean, you think that's going to bring us up?
Well, of course, the Donald Trump is challenging the election in court.
Yeah.
Of all the people that said, "Oh, they're cheating," Well, you know what? They started it. They started it. He started it with Texas. See, he started this with Texas. Told Hot Wheels Abbott to, hey man, I need you to start changing the map so we can win. So they started cheating. And then all of a sudden, when the Democrats did it in California, now they did it in Virginia, and all of a sudden they moved ahead at the House race for November. Now this bozo wants to cry foul. He wanted to cry, oh, they're cheating. But you started the cheating. This is the game that you wanted to play. See, the problem is with this guy, he think he the smartest guy in the room. He think he the only one can do things and get away with it. But when somebody else do it, it's not fair. It's not right. I got to get Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
But who cares about what he thinks? I hope the Democrats continue to change the map, and I hope they crush them in November. Take the House and the Senate.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping. We'd love to see some type of policy or addendum that does not allow a president to have immunity anymore. That would be nice if somebody's working on something like that, because I think that's what got us into a lot of this unnecessary nonsense that we're dealing with now, wouldn't you say?
Of course. This, putting up with this foolishness, and I got to, lay the blame up, a lot of the blame at the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I have to lay a lot of the blame at Merrick Garland's feet.
Oh yeah, Merrick Garland.
And also the people who voted for this. They are the ones who, I think, in my opinion, should take a majority of the heat for where we are today. Because
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, and I thought about this too, because we talked about it one time. I think the 90 million that didn't vote have a big stake in it as well. I don't think they should get a free pass. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, because
you didn't vote.
They canceled themselves out. Not voting was a vote for him.
Exactly. But I've heard some people in the recent time that I was like shocked. Oh, I didn't vote. I'm like, what? So you were one of the 90 million? Yeah, I didn't vote. And it kind of shocked me from where I heard this from. And I'm like, wow. I started thinking, they can't get a free pass. That wouldn't be right. Because the vote, that was basically, like I said, a vote for evil.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with that. What I was wanting to bring up is in the same neighborhood that you're in with the people that got us here. I thought about it. I'm saying to myself, his whole cabinet, including him, that bunch of lunatics, imbeciles, the worst, most unqualified cabinet in history of the United States of America. I would say Kamala has more qualifications than all of them put together.
Oh, yeah.
But the most unqualified cabinet in the history of the United States, who continually, daily, watch crimes being committed, commit crimes, watch their leader commit crimes, they cannot go unscathed.
Right.
So what I was thinking, and we got to bring things up. I did a little research, and I did a breakdown on the key members of Congress and their accountability efforts and what they are doing specifically in terms of illegal activity, knowing that they're doing it, especially when we talked about the ones who are attorneys and committing, crimes and just thinking, I guess they're thinking immunity or getting pardoned. Mm-hmm. But did a little research, and what I came up with was, I give you the breakdown right here. Here's the breakdown. We'll start out with your boy, Heg Smith. What his name?
Pete Keg's Breath.
I always get that messed up. Keg's Breath. I apologize. No, I don't apologize. But anyway, I came up with what all of the cabinet members have done, just a little snippet. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that that's all they've done, because they've done a lot. But I'm going to break it down like this so we can pull it open for discussion. Heg Smith, questionable activities that he has committed since taking his job at the, I'm not going to even say it, I'm just going to say the Pentagon. I'm not going to say what they call it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
The Pentagon. Okay. Heg Smith used Signal, a commercial messaging app, to discuss specific details about impending military strikes on Yemen. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Including targets and weapons. He did this in a group chat that accidentally included a journalist from the Atlantic. Wow, the Atlantic. That sounds a little familiar, huh?
Yep.
The Atlantic. Mm-hmm. Sharing classified military operational details on an unsecured commercial platform is a potential violation of federal laws governing classified information. Beyond that, both the Senate Armed Services Committee and the House Armed Services Committee launched investigations into Heg Smith for possible war crimes violations related to strikes on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean. He's also reportedly blocked promotions for more than a dozen high-ranking black and female military officers, which critics argue constitutes illegal discrimination under the federal civil rights law. That's the first one. You want a little rebuttal on that one? What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's guilty of sin. I mean, because, and this actually happened as soon as he took office. He wasn't in office a month before, he was texting people classified information. Idiot,
straight up,
that
straight
right there,
idiot.
That right there alone should have been dismissed.
Oh yeah,
and he should have been brought up on charges.
Charges, yeah. He should be in Leavenworth. He's not in the military, but I mean, could he go to Leavenworth?
I mean, any kind of pension he got, he should have been stripped from him. But
he shouldn't have a pension, should he?
Yeah, he shouldn't have a pension. But
he got kicked out of the National Guard. He was kicked out of the National Guard. How can he get a pension?
Under anybody else's administration, he would have been gone. He would have been prosecuted. He would have been an embarrassment. First of all, he never would have been hired. Let's just get that clear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. First of all, wouldn't have been hired. Right.
I did a post on my webpage, and I got all of Trump's cabinet people that he picked, and I put in the background music from ZipRecruiter.
From who?
ZipRecruiter. Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
He would have gotten more qualified candidates if he would have went to ZipRecruiter instead of.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see how we rehearsed this show? I knew nothing what Lenny was coming up with. ZipRecruiter. That's my first time.
The thing was on the ZipRecruiter.
Oh my God!
And I had all his cabinet members up there.
Wow!
And he chose.
Wow!
I got quite a few likes on that one. But getting back to what we're talking about, yeah, he should have been prosecuted because that is a complete and utter breach of national security.
Okay.
And he put all our lives in danger with that.
He sure did. He sure did.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next cabinet member, we're going to go to a one RFK Jr., as he's known, Secretary of Health and Human Services, HHS with no legal authority or explanation, arbitrarily terminated 12 million. Well, we're saying HHS, well, Health and Human Services. Actually, they didn't do it. He did it. With no legal authority or explanation, arbitrarily terminated $12 billion in grants for cause effective immediately, claiming the pandemic was over. This is RFK.
Mm-hmm.
Even though none of the appropriated funds were tied to the pandemic's end, RFK Jr. himself admitted he skipped a line-by-line review of who should be fired because it would have taken too much time and he would lose political momentum. 24 state attorneys generals filed suit and 19 states separately sued to block the HHS reorganization, arguing that the restructure was unconstitutional and that he dismantled the department in violation of Congress's instructions. So Lenny, $12 billion in grants, saying that the pandemic, and basically just, because we could have multiple pandemics now. We got measles breaking out. We have. What are your thoughts on this RFK Jr. guy? What how did he even get here to a job like this? I mean, the guy he say he sniffed cocaine off a toilet seat at the bathroom, the gas station. How could he even make it to the grass, the front lawn of what? How could he get across the Washington state line? How do we allow him in there? When I forget. We have a felon for the president. We have a crook. Okay, that's right. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, first of all, again, just like Pete Keg's breath, he never.
Wait. How you say that? How you say his name?
Keg's breath.
I never can. I gotta write that down. Go ahead.
He never should have been put in office anyway. But going to your point, look at the guy who put him in office. He's no better.
No.
Next, RFK, RKF, whatever you want to call him,
RKF
is a complete and utter imbecile. He's a vaccine denier. He has no degree in the medical field. The man has spent most of his life smoking dope, using crack, sniffing cocaine off a toilet seat at truck stop, and you know how nasty that is. I mean, he probably walked in there barefooted in those nasty bathrooms. So that tell you, what kind of, lifestyle he lives. He's a nasty individual. Mm-hmm. And then for the guy to get a deer off the road, kill off the side of the road, deer, and as just recently he did in his book, one of his books he wrote that he cut the penis off of a raccoon to examine it.
Roadkill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy still, this guy's so
left the kids in the car. Want the kids in the car? Why you did?
Kids in the car. Why you want to cut the penis off a raccoon?
Okay.
So this guy still, his brain is fried. Okay. He did so much drugs. That's why his voice is like that. When you smoke crack, and I never smoked crack, but I've known people smoke crack.
Yeah.
Do cocaine and shoot peanut butter in your veins and all that other kind of foolishness. This is the results. And for him to be elevated to, the health ties to the guy that's over the health and well-being of not just kids, but all Americans is just a total waste of space. Because this guy knows absolutely nothing. And listen, I wouldn't take advice from him if he came down the aisle and say he had 20 degrees, I still won't take advice from him.
No.
Because he's a pothead, he's a dopehead, he's a crack, he's probably still smoking crack. He probably done dropped LSD and ate mushrooms out in the fields. So he's a full circle dope fiend. And listen, I'm not making fun of people who have drug addictions, but if you got drug addiction, you're not going to be elevated to the top doctor in the country. No. He doesn't belong there. He needs to be removed, and he needs to take Donald Trump with him.
Seriously, do you think, why does that show him getting to this position? Does that show the ignorance of Donald Trump, or does that show I'm going to do what I want to do? What are we looking at there?
He did it. See, he did that. See, a lot of these people in a position, he just put them there because they talk good about him on, Fox News, on the podcasts, all this other stupid nonsense. Because they say, "Oh, Donald Trump's a good guy. Oh, hey, Donald Trump hears that. Oh, that guy likes me, so I'm going to give him this position."
But your boy Byron did that, and what did that get him?
That's.
Right back out to the fields picking.
See, that's
picking cotton.
Some of these people are just, I hate to get off on him. I had to save him for later.
Are you gonna say? You save him. Okay,
I got him lumped in with some other people.
We'll save him
for later. All at one time.
We'll save him for later. So we'll move on to the.
Was that?
And I say we'll save him for later, and we won't lump him together with RFK. But RFK, just a total lunatic, just a utter embarrassment to our country. We've done hex theft. Leading off with Hexef, RFK.
Before we get off RFK, let me just say this.
Okay.
When you have people out there in the country who will listen to this guy, who have stopped vaccinating their kids, who have stopped giving them the shots for the flu shots, just like Keg's breath. They said, the military do not have to take the flu shot anymore. So now somebody catches the flu or start passing all those germs around in the barracks. What good is having a military if everybody's sick? What good are you sending sick kids to school? All right, you got parents that listen to this idiot, send their kids to school, know they're sick, burning up with fever. All because somebody said vaccines are bad. People have died from not taking vaccines. All right? People are in the grave listening to Donald Trump. Over a million people died or more because of Donald Trump during COVID. Drink bleach, shine a light through your body. It's not going. It's just a regular cold. Hell, he almost kicked the bucket when he got COVID, looking ragged and haggard. But don't, folks, please do the sensible, safe, cautious thing. Do not let these people trick you out of not taking the vaccines that you need for your kids. If you don't do it for yourself, please do it for your kids. Give your kids a fighting chance. Don't listen to this garbage and your kids running around here with the measles and the mumps, and it gets inside of them and get to a point where it's too late. So don't listen to these type of people who are telling you that vaccines are bad. You and I have been taking vaccines since we were kids.
Yep.
All right. We just go down there. I know it's go down to the health department, get that vaccination shot. And hey, I cried like a baby. But it was necessary.
Yeah. Necessary.
So don't listen to these idiots people. Please
lunatics. Lunatic, idiot embarrassments to this country, man. Just total embarrassment. Oh man, this guy. And just to add too, really putting a bad spot on the Kennedy name as we know it. You know, I mean, from what his uncles, you know, tried to do for this country. So he really has tarnished the Kennedy name. Would you agree?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they rejected him like they reject the plague. They shunned him. They give him the push away like the Heisman.
Yeah.
He's just
terrible.
You know,
he's terrible.
He's ruined. He's ruined
terrible.
himself.
Terrible. Moving on to the next cabinet member. I guess we'll call it the wall of shame and wall of embarrassment. Moving to the third one, we started out with Keg Smith. Did I say that right?
Keg's breath.
Keg breath. Then we went RFK. Now we move on to another cabinet member to make it to the wall of shame. The third in the line would be the one and only Pamela Bondi, who is the former attorney. She's been fired. And Bondi committed various acts of, I'd say, illegal acts that would have gotten somebody else would be in prison right now. What she thinks she's done. But to just go over really quickly, Pam Bondi directed indictments against James Comey and Letitia James that a federal judge subsequently dismissed. Critics characterized those as politically motivated prosecutions, a potential abuse of DOJ power. Despite a December 2025 legal deadline requiring the release of all Epstein files, lawmakers maintained that around 50% of the files remained unreleased under her watch. Pam was ultimately fired. What's your take on that, Lee?
Not only should Pam Bondi have been fired, she never should have gotten the job. Well, I wouldn't say she shouldn't have got the job. She was qualified, but she was a homer. Mm-hmm. She was a homer and a puppet for Donald Trump. And I see Pam Bondi getting her law license stripped from her before it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. I think she committed perjury before Congress, and I think they're going to hold her accountable. I think the Democrats will hold her accountable when they win the House. I think she has committed some crimes. She's lied before Congress, and she needs to be stripped to where she can never practice law again, anywhere, and go to jail. Yep, she lied about the Epstein files. She covered it up. You know, she has a lot of blood on her hands.
And she gave a bad showing at that hearing. That was a terrible embarrassment to her state, her home state.
Right.
She put on a terrible show. Looked like an insane lunatic, out of her mind. So yeah, she's done some things as we mark the wall of shame as we continue on. Next on that wall, Winnie, is the former DHS Secretary, Homeland Security, the one and only Christie Noem. Christie was actually pulling the strings at Homeland Security and setting immigration policy, including spreading the false claim that Alex Preddy, a U.S. citizen shot by ICE agents, was an assassin planning a massacre. Noem was reportedly a figurehead while her department was used to carry out policies including the unlawful deportation and detention of individuals without due process. She was fired in early March 2026. Lenny, Christie Noem, once again, shouldn't have another unqualified person in a job that she should have never been in. How do you think that came to be?
Well, she was the governor of Montana, and she was another suck up to Donald Trump. She said nice things about him, and she, it's quote unquote tough on immigration. When they use a lot of immigrants in Montana for farming. So that was a hypocritical of her there for that. But Christie Noem, it needs to go to prison. She actually had people murdered on the streets of America.
Yeah, she did.
It was her call, and then she caused it. So
yeah, she did.
She should, and I hope she goes to prison for a long time for murdering American citizens, for separating kids from their parents, and I'm going to stretch this as far as I'm going out on a limb, and I don't believe I'm wrong. She is responsible for child trafficking with these immigrants. A lot of these kids have not been reconnected with their families.
Yeah. Some
a lot of
these
kids have been taken by so-called, quote-unquote, churches and religious organizations.
Some of them are pregnant.
Only later to be found in a sex trafficking rate. So, yeah, she has a lot to answer for, and I hope they hold her in contempt of Congress, and I hope they hold her for the murders. I hope the parents of those people who were murdered come back and sue her for everything she has, and she needs to go to prison for the rest of her freaking life. She's a disgusting woman.
Disgusting. I agree. Disgusting, embarrassment, just insane. Also, I just want to make just an addendum on what you said there. She was wasting a lot of money buying, was it Learjet? She had that we purchased for her as taxpayers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she purchased a luxury Learjet. So her and Corey Lewandowski.
Yeah, they call it the honeymoon suite or something.
Yeah, can gallivant around on taxpayer money.
On taxpayer money, yeah.
Living out in the hall.
Yeah. Which I think she's still denying that relationship, right?
Well, she can deny it all she wants to, but her husband is a cross-dresser.
Okay.
He likes dressing up in women's clothes and putting on women's panties, and I mean that's what he want to do. I'm not, that's his
right.
thing.
You can do what you want to do, but if you're a hypocrite about it, then that's a different story. She
should have been wondering why her husband got on her panties instead of having people murdered in the streets.
Yeah. She knows. These people are hypocrites. All of them are hypocrites.
I don't know how you can fit her panties. She's so small. She must be a size 3 or 4. He must have brought his own bloomers or something.
Oh, that was a quick commentary by Lenny on the side. Lenny was off the script. He was off script. Then he went up. No, I'm just joking. Then next in the on the wall of shame, one of your faves here, the one and only Kash Patel, the most unqualified, uneducated, everything to be the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Right. Kash Patel's tenure has been marked by controversies centering on the politicization of the FBI, personal vendettas, public misstatements, the erosion of institutional norms, and the use of FBI resources for personal conduct, which we know of, to take his girlfriend around the country to various events, which I'm sure you're aware of that. He was also named the congressional congressional demands for answers about the signal chat leak of classified military intelligence. he is filed a lawsuit against the Atlantic saying that they were making claims that weren't true, but they're true. Wouldn't you say? I mean,
well,
these are things that, and he said, I'll see you in court, blah, 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 blah. The guy's, he was on a podcast. He's got his Juris Doctorate. He's an attorney, but I mean, there's thousands of attorneys out there that are not even working in law. So we're not going to sit here and put you on a pedestal, Cash Patel. But yeah, he's this guy's another lunatic, unqualified, in a job he should have been nowhere. He shouldn't even be in the parking lot. He shouldn't be in the parking lot of the bureau.
Well, he's another one that he is the most unqualified FBI director. He has one of the most dangerous jobs in America to be and at least qualified to do it. He wasn't even a mall cop. Okay, so let's just get that clear straight out the way. The guy's on something. He's an alcoholic. He did. I heard one. I think what Anthony Scaramucci said. This guy is jacked up. He got all of a sudden he got jacked up. So he's been on a juice. He called himself working out and probably I think the guy's on roids. I think he's on steroids. That's my opinion. That's not your opinion. That's my opinion. I someone who's been an athlete and worked out pretty hard. And you can tell when these guys are on the juice and jacked up. All of a sudden they blow up overnight. That they get spots in their acne on their back and looking in their face, something in their eyes just changes. So this guy's on juice. He's probably drinking himself under the table, and he's using his position and power in the FBI to ingratiate himself and his girlfriend. His girlfriend has a special FBI detail that goes with her and protects her. I mean, she's not a government employee. She's just the girlfriend of the FBI director. And that's wrong. So I think he lied to Congress as well. I think he needs to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And, I don't see these people trying to Donald Trump want to pardon. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Because his pardon powers will not cover up the crimes they did. Their pardon powers not cover up for them lying to Congress. So he can forget it. A lot of these people are done. And they're not old people. They're fairly young, in the mid-30s, 40s. But their career after Trump is over. Cash Patel would never get a job with a reputable law firm, And I think these people are going to be on the run as well. I think they're going to be hiding out because not just the people in this country will be after them, but people in other countries are going to be after them.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Yep. No doubt.
Well, that rounds up the cabinet members that I wanted to discuss some of the things that they've been doing that I feel, and many feel, warrants a visit to the judge, if I may say it that way. I also was looking at what's the name? Let's see here. Well, yeah, I think that pretty much. Just checking my notes there.
Well, you left out one.
I was going to say, yeah, if you had, go ahead. I was just checking. What do you got?
Well, you left out the most villainous of villains, Stephen Miller.
Well, actually, I didn't leave him out because, I mean, we could do a whole show on him. I mean, look, I literally hate that guy. I can't stand to look at him. His wife said something earlier in the week about liberal men don't look good.
Right.
And they put his picture up next to, I mean, it's like, it was a joke. But no, I purposely didn't add him to that because this guy, he's done more damage than, I don't know. So, but if you like to add him, if you like to, go ahead. If you want to add him to the
I just want to know, where do you think his fate is going to lie once Donald Trump is over with? Once all is said and done, they're out of office. What do you think is going to happen to Stephen Miller? What is his fate going? Because he and this is what he does. He skirts the edges.
Yeah.
Okay. He pushes the policies. Yeah. And he never gets his hands in it. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? What do you think is going to end up happening to Stephen Miller when it's all said and done?
Well, he won't get a job in Washington. We know that. Ain't nobody going to be hiring that jack. I don't see him staying in this country. I see him doing a Merrick Garland, pretty much disappearing. I don't even believe he'll be in this country. I honestly don't.
But where could he go? Because I'll just say this real quick, and I'll let you make your point real quick. What? In all honesty, a lot of these people are going to be on the run for the rest of their lives. That's my opinion.
Yeah, they're going to try to get to Mexico. We need to watch the borders for them. They've been watching the borders for everybody else. People going to be watching the borders for them because they're going to be running for their lives, like you said. They've gone 4 years committing heinous crimes, thinking that it's legal, following a felon president who I don't call president. Y'all call president. It's a mockery of this great country of ours. Yeah, he's going to be.
I think he's done so much damage to individuals, to institutions, to parts of this country, to individuals, ethnic groups, to where I don't think there's anywhere that he's going to be able to go where he won't be. He's going to be haunted, and when I say he's going to be looked for, hunted down for at 12:01, when there's no more Secret Service protection, when there's no constraints. This guy literally going to have his own security detail, and he probably can't afford it with all the money that they fleeced off the American taxpayers.
Yeah, exactly.
But he'll be a hunted man. A lot of them will be.
Yeah, they're. And it's bad to say, but it's true. I mean, and his wife doesn't make things any better. So, I just feel bad for the entire family because they don't have kids don't have anything to do with the lunacy, the idiocy and stupidity of their parents. Right. But yeah, he is. As the band Rap would say, he'd be a wanted man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can add him to that the wall of shame as well. I just wanted to round it up by saying that. There's a group of Congress members that are leading the efforts, the accountability efforts of these people.
Yeah.
And this is what they're doing. And by that I mean we have congressmen and women who are already working on what they're going to do to hold these people accountable.
Right.
and which is, and I want to break that down to those who are doing it and what they're doing. We have Jamie Raskin out of Maryland. He is the most aggressive and consistent voice in the House. Raskin sent a formal letter to Pam Bondi and Kash Patel demanding urgent answers about the signal chat leak of the classified military strike plans.
Right.
He has also convened a bicameral spotlight hearing entitled Restoring Accountability, and he is on it. He is on it, and a hearing Republicans refused to call themselves. Most recently, Democrats launched an impeachment effort against Hegseth on April 17, 2026. Also, Senator Adam Schiff, he is a big player in the accountability efforts. He's called for Hegseth to be fired over the Caribbean boat strike killings and the Signal national security breach. He is a big player. Also, Richard Blumenthal. He's been working alongside Jamie Raskin and Schiff on multiple fronts, including the big law firm investigation and executive overreach. He's a subcommittee level investigator who has formal subpoena infrastructure behind him. Also, big player, Senator Elizabeth Warren and Dan Goldman. Warren and Goldman led 27 lawmakers in writing to the Inspector General for the DOJ and other agencies, demanding an investigation into how over 25,000 law enforcement personnel were diverted from white-collar crime to immigration enforcement. And there are also 6 former military members of Congress who are also working on accountability efforts. So that's how I wanted to round that out. Really hope we learned a little something, just to keep these names out. Also, you remember we talked about last show, these lawmakers that are standing by watching crimes being committed, actually participating in some of these, when they are sworn in attorneys. Mm-hmm. And we talked about what could be done, their home state, they could be reported to their state's bar. Mm-hmm. Anything to be a thorn in their side. Wherever Kash Patel, I believe he's out of California, is he? Or yeah. We can start reporting his activities to the bar, and these are things that listeners that you can do. You can do it. I mean, just take it once a week. I mean, we've got to get these people back, no matter whatever it takes. They're not going to sit here and ruin and make our lives hard these 3-4 years while they continually steal from us, along with that felon hoodlum of a y'all call president. So I'm all in for getting them back the legal way, whatever we need to do. And so I just want to bring that up and keep on it. Then you got anything?
On that in particular, no, I think you summed it up pretty good. I was just thinking about the House members who resigned this week due to scandal. These people were caught up in some serious scandals. 3 of them resigned. We're still waiting on one more to resign. He's the representative from Florida, Courtney Mills. Courtney Mills, what is last name Mills? He's a piece of work. He needs to go. He's stalking a woman, putting sexual explicit videos of them two on the internet. And I sent him some emails to let him know what a rat bastard that he is.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did, for doing stuff like that. You know, the woman didn't want him, and he got mad and, you know, showing up at the house, stalking her, and he refused to resign. But so you had Sheila Sufferless McCormick, a Democrat out of Florida. She was accused of misappropriating COVID relief money, $5 million that she used to fund her campaign. Yeah, she resigned. She should, you know, she'd probably go to jail for that. Tony Gonzalez, a Republican out of Texas, he was accused of having an affair with a woman, several women, and you know, the woman, one of the girls, ended up killing herself, and his wife found out, and whatever, and so he finally, you know, did the right thing and stepped down. Then you got Swalwell. He just got caught up in a scandal where he was aggressively attacking his sexually assaulting his aides that worked for him. You know, some reports where he basically date raped them, drugged them. You know, woke up and, you know, the pants were down, the panties was off, and Stillwell was standing there smiling. So, you know, he did admit that he did some unsavory things. So, and this guy was running for governor as a Democrat. He was running for governor of California. So he got bigger problems trying to, you know, save his marriage, and I think these women have sued him too. So that Stillwell is out, Gonzalez is out, McCormick is out, and Corey Mills, he needs to go. Out of all of these people, well, all four of them are disgusting. But I think Corey Mills, I've been following his career. He's a lover of Donald Trump. He's 100% Trumper, and that just makes it all the worse. Because you feel that he's above the law, because he's an ex-military. He supports Donald Trump. But just like Stillwell and Gonzalez, these guys are rapists.
Yeah. Good addition there. I wanted to add, just throw this in. I heard something today about Tucker Carlson apologizing, saying that he was wrong. First of all, I don't believe that anything he says. And I want to tell people out there, you don't believe it either. Don't go for that. Saying that he apologized for telling people that, I guess what he was doing on Fox and everything, that, you know, he says, Donald Trump was blah, blah, blah. Another crock of crap. He can, like you say, miss me with that, right? What do you think?
Well, what I always say, follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
You and Wajahat, I think.
And listen, the only reason he feels sorry, and I see people, you know, people don't get sorry until they get caught. But while you're doing it, you feel good. You know? Listen, don't believe it. Don't believe his crocodile tears. The only reason he's doing it and trying to make amends because the money drying up. Sponsors are leaving. Yeah. When the money dry up, he got to go where the money at.
Yeah.
His Trumpism, MAGA, is on his last leg. So him, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, the guy that was over InfoWars, they got rid of it. They sold that. They sued that. Now that belongs to the Onion. Yeah, all these people are nothing but money grubbers. So MAGA's dried up. They just sucked MAGA dry. Got these people made them act the fool. So now they think they can play on Democrat sympathy. Guys, we're so sorry. And, we were wrong. And, but we're all teamed together now. No, bullshit. Nope. I ain't even going for it. Stay your monkey ass right over there. And, hope all your audience dry up. No. Don't fall for the okie doke, folks. It's total bullshit coming from their mouth. Candace Owens, she turned her back on black people. Tucker Carlson, I guess he couldn't sell enough his family like a TV dinner in Swanson. Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, another traitor. She was with Fox and the Republicans. Then she got Trump told her about her ass. Then she, said, I'm with you guys, Democrat. I'm going to be on The View. I'm going to work for NBC. And now she done turned again. Now she turned another leaf. This woman that turned so many leaves. She, I ain't going to say what I want to say.
She ought to be a caterpillar.
Listen, I was going to say she keep turning these tricks, but God dog, pick a side and stay with it.
Yeah.
But don't believe it, guys. Don't believe it, folks.
Don't believe the hype. Especially if it's coming out of Tucker Carlson's mouth.
Don't believe none of these people got to say, because they're the ones who are grifting and making money off these
total group,
off these ignorant people out here.
They're not in the trenches. They're not doing it. They're not doing the. They're not putting the time in like we do it.
No.
Just going up there. Hey, I'm so and so. No.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
When the money gone, they gone. Huh.
Yep.
What we always say? What we always say?
What that?
Don't watch the red, but watch the green.
Watch the green. Watch the green. On that note, any news on the apocalyptic home front that we could possibly be facing as a collector of possible apocalyptic items? Should we make it to that point? What advice do you have for our listeners once again?
Well, before I get that, I was just thinking out the box. First of all, I like to say to a good fraternity brother that took those astronauts on the back side of the moon and back, blue fire. What an accomplishment.
Yes.
For a black man.
Yeah.
To go the furthest ever in space.
Okay.
Took him. I remember my uncle used to say, he's a mighty good leader. Old church song. But yeah, I'm so proud of my people. Proud of what he did. I'm proud of, his God-given ability. The man has a beautiful family, beautiful kids. He's a great neighbor, they say. He's an excellent fraternity brother. And it was just, it was almost to me, it might not have been to others, the level of when, not quite the level when Obama got elected, but it's up there. It's up there. Because we can do great things if given the opportunity.
Yep.
And so I'm proud of that. But all I can say, keep your eyes on your food prices. When Donald Trump gets on there and says, the war's in there, that gas is going to the straight. Listen, I might not be able to feel like that. I know I'm not. It is a point where I cannot trust our own government, to a point where I actually believe some of the things that's coming out of Iran before I believe what Donald Trump is telling. It's amazing that you cannot trust your own government. I mean, they got more propaganda than Baghdad bomb. And it's hard to believe anything that these people say. I have to watch different news like Al Jazeera's to really understand what's happening. And it's a shame that I have to weigh, well, is he lying? Is Iran telling the truth? Yeah, Iran might be telling the truth. I'm to the point where I might believe Iran or something because I can't believe this lying behind government. So I would just tell you guys, keep watch on your money. Don't go out and buy any kind of big ticket item right now. I had to get a repair done on my vehicle, and I can tell you prices have gone up. What I would have paid 2 years ago for a radiator, maybe $150. I end up paying $279. Okay, so and that's that. And I listen. I'm not driving a brand new Cadillac Escalade. I'm driving an old pickup truck. But that's how high things are going. I could have went to the junkyard and got one that still would have been higher because they done raised it, they jacked their prices up. But so keep an eye on your money. Don't buy the big ticket items right now. If you got something, fix it up. Because trust me, it's better to buy a part for it that costs $279 than you going out and getting in debt where you paying $700, $800, $900 a month in car payment. With gas prices and food prices going sky high, you can't get 2 steaks. I went to the store the other day, looked at 2 T-bone steaks, $65. $65. 2 in a pack. I mean, so stock up on water, stock up on ammunition, all right? Because people are going to start getting stupid. People are breaking your house and won't think twice about it. Make sure that if you got kids, that you keep close watch on your kids and grandkids. And the reason I'm telling you this, folks, these people that are going around here cosplaying as ICE agents and police officers, so-called, they're the ones you got to watch out for. They're the ones who will snatch your kid walking home from school because they think they can do that. And you got a lot of imitators out here. And who's going to question them? Oh, they had uniform on. They got badges. Hell, I can order those badges and the uniform off the internet. So I'm imploring parents and grandparents, please keep an eye on your kids. Give them a cell phone if you don't have one. You could track them. You could take them to school, take them, get neighbors to work together to watch these kids because these people are getting desperate and they'll listen, they're desperate for money. They'll take your kid and before you know it, they'll be on a container ship to Shanghai. So just that, if I got to sell anything tonight, that's the most important thing you have to do. Cautionary. Keep an eye on your kids and grandkids. Listen, when you go to the park, you take them to the park. Do not turn your back. Don't let them out of your eyesight. All right? That's all it takes, just a moment. So get whatever device you need to keep track of them. That's going to be important, especially in these trying times we're going through. Anything is possible. Don't think that it can't happen, because it can happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. If you're careless, it's all it takes. One careless moment, one back turn, 1 minute you're on the phone not paying attention, and swoop, it's over. So please, please, please invest in your kids, invest in your grandkids.
Yes, the babies. Watch out for the babies. Anyway, appreciate that knowledge from you. And folks, it is real. This guy, he knows what he's talking about. We appreciate that. Hope you all are taking notes. And
Brother, can I
thank y'all.
Can I add one other thing before we go?
Okay, go ahead.
And I know this is your pet peeve. There were 9 little kids murdered this week in Louisiana.
Oh my
by
God!
their father.
Yeah.
And the reason they were murdered, this guy had mental issues. He needed mental help. I don't know, the stress of life got to him. I know he had PTSD. They said he had PTSD. And he was seeking out for help. And I know you talk about this from time to time. If you need help, there are ways that you can get help.
Yes, it is.
It cost those kids, those 9 kids, his kids, their lives. Cost him his life.
Yeah.
Those families, that mother would never be the same again. I mean, it's just horrific. But mental health, especially in these times, the stress that guy probably was under, and I'm not making excuses for what he did, but that could have been anybody. Somebody might not have taken 9 lives. They could have taken out 20. They could have killed themselves. But as you always say, get help. Seek help if you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that's horrific. And then once again, he's gone and not here to take responsibility for his actions. He took the easy way out.
Yeah.
But that's another story. Wow. But anyway, we want to thank you all once again. Thank Lenny for another excellent guest host spot here as he fulfills for us. And just to kind of piggyback on what Lenny said, people, if you need some help, get it.
Yes.
It's vital. We just need it. This is a really terrible time, terrible thing that we're going through right now. Terrible. But anyway, we want to thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Soul of Generation X. And stay woke out there. Take care, and we'll see you next week.